Hey everybody, big welcome back as always. And today I'm doing a flight that I was gonna just edit it and make a nice little flight video out, and then I was like, what the hell, let's do another flight vlog. I seem to enjoy making them really. I gotta do more of the to music, just the nice to watch ones I guess, but I kinda like having the chance to talk to you guys about some stuff. And there is my spin around, make sure that the compass is good. I've talked about that in other videos. It's just I normally don't show it. At some point on my takeoff I normally spin like that, just to make sure the compass is facing the right way. On this flight I got talking to the photographer on the bridge there that we just passed. I will end up walking over to him kind of while I'm flying, and I think maybe I pause right here while I head over to him or something, or maybe I stayed flying out actually. But this is where I uploaded yesterday's clip from, of the Hamilton Harbor. This is just kind of the far end. I don't even know if it's called Hamilton Harbor at this end, or they might call it, something Bay or something like that. But anyway, this is the waterway that comes through under the Burlington Skyway, and part of it, it's the very tip of Lake Ontario, so which is one of the Great Lakes for people that don't know. This flight was just kind of one of those things. I was driving and I saw the water and train tracks, and I was like, oh cool, I'm going to do a U-turn and go back, check it out. And it's supposed to be one of the busiest train hubs all around. I was talking to the guy and he thought that there would be trains coming, so I was really hoping to see a train there while flying. And I was there flying for 20 minutes. Obviously you can see the video is 20 minutes, and no train came, so that was a little disappointing, because I was hoping to get some good train video. I will one day. I'd like to, follow one along just for the fun of it type of thing. But I did get some nice water shots here, and going down, I'm going to drop down once I pass over here. I was staying up for this portion just because I saw the power poles there, and I wasn't trying to, do any line splitting like I did on the Ferrari video, which if you haven't seen, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. Kind of saw some lines at the last second. And yeah, so once I cross over this, we'll drop down. And this was my first time coming to this area. I think I said that before. I've never come down here before, but I see this little road under a bridge and stuff, which looks pretty cool. So I'm probably going to drive down there again one day. And good fishing out here if you're into fishing, which I am. I don't eat fish, but I sure have fun catching them and putting cigarettes in their mouth and stuff like that. Not joking, I did that once though. We did that. I made a video on here with the catfish smoking. But we actually quit smoking like 5 years ago or 6 years ago or something like that. 5 years ago, I guess now. But I never looked back. If you still smoke, quit. So on this flight here, I was coming low and I was talking to the guy. He actually had like a telephoto lens, and so he was taking pictures of this way out there. And once I get around this bend a little bit, I start losing signal, and like it starts cutting in and out. And I was talking to him about the GPS, and I was just like, don't worry about it. And so I actually let it purposely go out of signal, and there's like a little boat out there or something. I didn't see it at the time, so let's I don't think I've actually watched this full playback. I haven't like watched it full speed. I kind of sped through it, but I doubt I even go to the boat. I do have another one of going to troll a boat if you guys want to see. It's I was going to tell you what happens, but I don't want to spoil it. So if you want to see that, I can probably do that. Just upload another full flight. It was another one that I've used part of the flight, but I've got a full 15-minute flight or something there. Well, let's see. It appears that maybe we are gonna go right out to him. Oh, maybe this was actually just a buoy, not a boat. If I remember correctly, that's the buoy that says you can't cross here. Yeah, that's all that is. And I think we actually tied on to that. Didn't we, Diane, to go fishing one time? Maybe you weren't with me. My old lady's sitting here playing Candy Crush or some game or something on her phone. Yeah, I think we tied on to that one time for some fishing. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's a boat. I see something out in the water there. Something tells me I thought I saw a little something of a boat, maybe. And we're getting there. And I was trying to fly slow too, but it actually seems like I'm going at a pretty good clip. What is that? I don't know what the hell that is. I'm, when I'm doing this on the recorder, I'm using VideoPad Pro version is what's giving me the 4K uploading, but the preview is not the greatest, so it's probably like 480 or something like that. It's not great. So when I'm trying to narrate this, I'm trying to look at the preview, but I can't really see all that well. This is a pretty good far flight. I think that's about as far as I'm going to make it though. And this is, I believe, me coming up by hand, and then maybe I continue actually trying to remember back to the day I actually flew it. We'll see. And yeah, no, that's it. That's the return to home, because I'm actually on the other side of those trees now. And then as soon as I get up in the air, I know the signal comes back. But I think I let it come back with return to home. I was showing the guy, and then what happened was another guy, one of my YouTube subscribers that had bought some shirts from me, he had heard the drone, and he actually just lives in the area, so he actually came to investigate who was flying, and he walked up and said, Mike, and he's like, you don't recognize me? And I was like, no. And as soon as he said, though, yeah, I got it. And so anyways, then I was talking to him, and then an elderly fellow came through with his daughter. They were out going for a walk or whatever, so they came to see it, and some other people. So you really get talking to people while you're out flying these things. And some of you might recognize this flight from a few days ago. Another portion where I did the 60-second challenge was over the cemetery, which was just kind of, I didn't realize it was a cemetery, but the general consensus on here seems to be that there's no problem with flying over it as long as you're being respectful. I'd still really like to get my early morning foggy shot, but it's kind of hard to predict when you're going to get fog at sunrise. But we'll see. Hopefully one day I'll get a cool video like that, nice and low through, and do it black and white. You guys can probably picture in your head, as I'm describing, you can picture in your head what I'm saying. Something else to mention to you guys. Now, I don't want to come across as an e-beggar, which is a term used on YouTube for people that go asking for money or begging for money or anything like that. But I watch a lot of YouTubers, a lot of these big YouTubers even, and they use something called Patreon. And I want to know your guys' thoughts, and you can be totally honest. If you guys aren't into it, just say it, and I've no problem not doing it. A lot of people ask if I'm getting the Phantom 4, and I say no because I just spent so much on this one that, and I've got the three batteries, and and the hard case and all that, and so I would like the 4, but at the same time I just can't. I looked at the resale on mine, and it's worth about probably around $1,000. We're here in Canada, so our prices are higher than the States. Maybe 1,100 or something like that, but probably 1,000 because it did get a little crash before into a tree, which I didn't get footage of. But anyway, the Patreon is where you can sign up and people can donate money to a cause. So I was just thinking that, if you guys were into it, I could make a page, and anyone that wanted to donate towards buying one, Phantom 4 that is. And what I would do though is if that actually happened, I would just hold a free draw and give away the Phantom 3 Pro with the case and everything, because I wouldn't be anything out of pocket. So somehow it's about $2,000 for the Phantom 4 here in Canada. That's just roughly the price. So it would end up being, I'd be giving away my drone to a random winner, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you guys tell me what you think about that. If it's a bad idea, I don't want to bother anybody with that. It was just something I was thinking, just because really I don't make much off the drone videos per se. My biggest videos are really the tips videos and, you know, some other stuff, but like, you know, the actual flying of the drone doesn't really make me a whole lot of money. Basically, to warrant spending $2,000, like, you know, I'd have to do a few years of flights to kind of, you know, pay for that off of here. And so I don't really have any real motivation to buy one because it doesn't really do anything that this one doesn't. Um, but at the same time, it'd be kind of cool to get the 120 for, you know, the 120 frames per second for when I'm filming cars at the track, or, and I think it does the um, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it does the 60 frames per second in 4K. Um, but anyhow, I'm just throwing it out there. If it's a dumb idea, say, you know what, dude, don't do that, and that's cool. That's cool. One day I'll get it. I'm not even worried about it. You know, one day if I wreck this or it falls into the lake or something, well, then I guess I'll be going for the 4. Um, but no rush. But just, you guys can tell me. You know what I mean. Anyway, a little cruise down the tracks here. And I was talking to some people there, and I had a hard time keeping it straight on the track. Just kind of, you know, when you're talking to people, I got shaky hands. So that's what went there, and then I decided to back up. I think I might even give it another go at it. I don't know. But I'm really surprised no tracks or no trains. Sorry, I had something in my eye there. It was just scratching my eye. It's nice that summer's finally, you know, almost here. I really hate the winter. I've said this before in videos, you know, when there's no, like you see these trees on the right hand side there, no leaves, and everything's all browned out, and so I'm really looking forward. I want to make this an action-packed summer full of flying. And what else to talk about? I guess I talked to you guys about our little shirt business. As many of you may know, that we started our own little clothing business, which is Fitness Junkies Competitive Clothes. And we ended up, at first, we were sending, you know, our design out and paying to have the shirts made for us, and then ultimately decided to buy a sticker machine so I could make our own stickers. And, you know, sold some stickers. And then once you've got the sticker machine, once I learned that you can, hold on a sec, I gotta just tell my bird to shut up. He's trying to get my attention. Hey, you behave. What are you doing? No, he doesn't want to talk. Anyway, we bought had the sticker machine, and you can buy heat transfer and cut that and use that to make t-shirt designs, but then you still need something called a t-shirt heat press. So we went out and bought one of those, and now have been making not only our own clothing, but also clothing for like YouTube channel shirts, for local businesses, and so it's going good. It's you know, sometimes in life you got to try something new, minimal investment. I think we're probably only $1,000 into everything, because then you still got to, once you buy the cutter and the heat press, then you got to buy all the vinyls, and then obviously we bought, I don't know, we probably bought $500 worth of shirts in total or something like that. So it all, I guess we're over $1,000, and probably 12 or 1,300 bucks. But anyway, so anyone that was curious about how that's going, it's going. It's you know what I mean. It's not a big thriving business where we're getting ready to do it full time or anything like that. But it's going. Have several YouTube channels that are interested in getting shirts, and then local businesses, and yeah. And vehicle graphics. Did some graphics for a local contractor on their van. This machine, I'll show you guys one day. I'll make a video and show you the process of making a sticker or a shirt. Because maybe some people, I sell a shirt for $12, and some people might say, well, that's too much. You can buy a shirt at $5 at Walmart. And I'd have no problem showing you guys the process of it, but I'll explain it. We got nothing but time here. Basically, I take a logo, so say if it's my own logo, the FJCK logo, which by the way I have a new logo now for it, a little more family friendly, we'll say. But anyway, you take that, you put it into the program called WinPC on the computer, and set the size and all that you want, and if it's going to be 1 or 2 color or 3 color, whatever it is. For the basic $12 shirts, it's just one color. I'm just doing like white or whatever lettering, and then it vectorizes the image. You have to have it vectorized, which is a thing, basically a term that makes it so that the vinyl cutter machine, the big machine that cuts it all, the vinyl, can know what it's doing, right? It can't just cut a picture. It translates it into something that machine understands anyway. Once you get that, you take the vinyl over to a table, and comes the part where it's called weeding. You got to sit and pick out all the parts you don't want. So basically everything around your design, the little dots and the O's and the P's and the E's and all that, and then around all the letters, everything like that. And then if you're making a sticker, you got to put on a sticker backing or whatever, like an application sheet on the front of it, not on the back, it's on the front, which makes it so that you can now stick the sticker to something. Unless you're making a bumper sticker style sticker, which is, I did some for Drone Ohio on here, so shout out to him. I sent him, half a dozen or whatever it was, bumper stickers, and they're a little bit tricky to make because I am new at it. When I watch YouTube videos, other people do it quite simply, but there's a learning curve, and I'm getting there. But for doing multicolored stickers, it's a bit of a learning curve, but I'll get there. Now, multicolored shirts are a lot easier. Your timing is just into the cutting and picking out all the stuff, but. So for me, let's just say it might take 20 minutes or so to make a shirt, if not a little more, by the time I go in the computer, design it, cut it, weed it, and then you got to find where you're putting it, mark where you're putting it on the shirt, warm up the heat press, and then and press it and stuff. So I pay with shipping. It's cost me about $5 a shirt, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of people don't want you to know that the shirts are like $4 each or whatever, and then a portion of shipping, which is I just did an order actually for somebody, and it was $22 shipping for 20 shirts. So it's about $5 a shirt, you could say, and and then a couple dollars worth of the actual transfer material, the stuff that I'm cutting, the vinyl stuff. So now you might be, you're $7 or $8 a shirt, and if it takes me 20 minutes to make one, 25 minutes depending what it is, I'm making $4 for $20 or for 20 minutes worth of work. So when someone had made a comment before about that it's not worth it, that's what's involved in making a shirt. So on a YouTube shirt that I sell for $18, it takes longer because it's the 2-color logo, and the material is more expensive than a sticker. So that's what's involved in making one. It takes time. So really, I might, if I'm doing 2 shirts or something, I might make $8 or $10 an hour doing it. But I have a full-time job, so that's some evening work. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with making a little extra cash in the evening. So that hopefully, everyone understands what I mean with that. I just figured I'd throw it out there. We have to talk about something during a flight vlog, right? And then hopefully, I get really good. I think I've done pretty well with the shirts, though. The people that have received shirts all seem happy with them. I get the logos pretty straight. It's I don't have a big warehouse with a laser template thing or anything like that, so I just do the best I can. But I have fun doing it, though. I guess it works out to be another little hobby for me, I suppose. It's fun doing it. If someone puts an order in right away, I start trying to get going on making the heat transfer logos and whatnot. So anyhow, you guys are more than welcome to comment on anything you want in this in the comment section. If you actually stuck around this long, then I'm really hoping that you will give a like, because you must have enjoyed the video somewhat if you watched 20 minutes of it. But yeah, that's pretty much. I'm just going to do my landing now and pack her in for the day because I had only had the one battery on me. And there's the photographer, so see how big the camera was? And he's taking some pictures there. Nice guy, anyway. I don't recall his name, but nice guy. Anyhow, guys, we will see you on the next flight. Have a good weekend, and cheers.